In the string that may contain a letter P, print the index of the second occurrence of P. If the letter P occurs only once, print -1. And if the string does not contain the letter P, then print -2. Okay, find second occurrence. Let's create a function. Find second P. And we're going to send S. So what are we going to do? We need to loop through our word and find the second occurrence of P. So we're going to count occurrence of P's. So count P's equals 0. We're going to start with 0. Okay, and we're going to loop through every letter in our word until we find a P. So let's say we have for I in range. Now I is going to go from 0 to whatever's in this bracket, length of S, right? It's going to take on, I is going to take on every value. 0, if I send in appropriate, it's going to take on 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's just print I, just to get an idea. I know I did this last time, but skip ahead if you wish. Print I. So let's run this. And I'm going to say find second P, and I'm going to send the word appropriate. And it's going to say A, P, P, R, O, P, R, I, A, T, E. Basically, it's going to go through every index. Now, if I wanted, let's put a colon, and let's also put S with index I. So it's going to put the index and then the letter at index I, just so that you have a good sense of the index and the letter at that index. So let's run that again. Run the code again. Press up. And index 0 gives you A. Index 1 gives you P until we get to index 10. You guys can't see that. Index 10 equals E. Okay, so our next step, we're going to go through I. All right, so if S at I, that's the letter, equal P, count P's equals count P's plus 1. All right, so we're going to count the P's. If, right? Now, if count P's equal to 2, if we've counted 2, that means that's our second P. We're going to return, what are we going to return? We're going to return, I, right? We're going to return the index where that's count P returned. Okay, so let's run that code. Run, oops, add this, run. So how are we going to run this? We're going to say appropriate. It should return 0, 1, 2. Let's run the code. Yes, it did return 2. Let's try spare. Let's send spare. What happens when it sends spare? Run. Spare. It didn't return anything. Like, it just printed these. It didn't actually return a value. So why did it return -1? If the letter P occurs only once, print -1. Okay, so at the end of my loop, if count, notice that we're outside of the loop. if count p's equal 1, return -1. Let's run that again. Let's try spare again. So spare should return -1. Okay, let's run that code again. Spare. It did. It returned -1. Okay, so let's try and submit now. Let's get rid of this print, by the way. Boom. Submit. Output mismatch. Appropriate. I expected to see 2. I didn't see anything. That's interesting. So why did that happen? I expected to see 2. It worked on the first time. Let's try that again. I did get 2. Oh, because we didn't enter anything. That's funny. We didn't take in our value. So s equals input and print, find second, Control C, print, call our function and print whatever it returns. Send s and print whatever it returns. Let's submit. Why did we get that? I still didn't get anything. That's weird. For I in range, run, appropriate. Oh, for God's sakes, why did I do that? Run this code again. What happens here? Oh. Always make sure that it's outside of your function. Let's run this again. It's going to work this time. Except I sent reason and I expected to see -2. So why did it? Because when I send reason, there is no p. So it should send -2. If count ps equals 0, that means we didn't count any p's. What do we return? -2. Let's run that code again and submit. And that's how you do that. Sorry for the mistakes.